I want to talk about universal healthcare because I think many of us, at least on the left, want universal healthcare, whether that's in the form of Medicare for all, some other single payer system, or just extremely affordable healthcare that really doesn't cost a lot of money out of your pocket. All of your copays are paid for, small, maybe, no deductible, small kind of monthly payment, etc. The issue that I have, and the thing that's been concerning me lately, especially as we're seeing where the Republicans are on things like abortion access, on things like PrEP, which is the antiviral, medication that you take to prevent getting HIV and AIDS. Um, if we see a right-wing Christian nationalist party rise up as they are in the Republican Party right now, and they get into power when we have a nationwide federally mandated federal program for healthcare, what's to stop them from changing the rules so that some basic healthcare needs are no longer being met? What's to say that they can't just go ahead and change the law and change the rules so that you don't have access to abortion anymore? You don't have access to IVF. You don't have access to contraception. You don't have access to PrEP. Any other thing that they decide is against their Christian nationalist values will no longer be a decision between you and your doctor because the government will control the healthcare system. And like I said, while I personally support a universal healthcare system, I support the idea that we would have a federal mandate and government sponsored healthcare because I think that's what a country should provide to their people. We spend so much money on national defense because we think that that's the thing that we're supposed to do, that to defend the nation, to make sure that the nation's strong. Well, what's a nation without its people? If our people are, dying off because they can't afford insulin, they're just unhealthy, they're unable to go to the doctor, they can't get basic tests, etc. Like they're rationing medications, whatever it is, what are we protecting at that point? So we need to do better. We need to fix our healthcare system. And the Affordable Care Act was definitely a step in the right direction, but it's not that affordable anymore. If you go onto a marketplace and you're in a, city, the prices for healthcare can be 400, 500 or more dollars per month for a single individual. That's a lot of money if you don't have a lot of money. And yes, there's, Medicaid, and there's, obviously other programs that you can get on if you're, making very little money or no money. But if you're making, 50, 40, 50, $60,000 a year, give or take, or even a little bit more, having to pay 500 or more dollars a month for healthcare on top of deductibles, on top of potential copays or percentages, it could be a lot of money that you're paying out of pocket. So we need to get to a universal healthcare system. We need to figure out a way to get to either completely free healthcare or actual affordable healthcare. But I am concerned that Republicans who could get in control of that program could completely gut life-saving medications and procedures and basic healthcare for millions of Americans because it doesn't fit within their Christian nationalist values. So it's something that we need to consider when we're talking about Medicare for all and universal healthcare programs. And that any laws, if we ever get to a Democratic supermajority and we actually can pass some of these things into law, that we do something about it in the legal system, in the law that's written for that program that will protect those rights, protect those that access to healthcare. Because without it, we're just going to be screwing over millions of Americans. I'm curious what you think. Let me know in the comments below if this is a concern of yours as well, or if it's something you haven't really thought about. What are your opinions on universal healthcare? I'd love to hear them.